Now, the first green flag in women most men ignore is no missed signals. My kings, it is very rare, especially in our modern times, to find a woman who doesn't give you mixed signals, keeping you confused and making you wonder where you really stand with her. Now, this is such a blessing, and a lot of kings actually ignore this. If a woman is giving you direct signals, be it positive or negative, it is a great thing. It is a green flag, and you should not ignore it. You should appreciate her even if she's rejecting you, as long as she's being clear, because this actually shows that she knows what she wants. So if she's directly showing interest, letting you know that she's interested, that means you are what she wants. And if she's also outright rejecting you, it also means you are not what she wants. This just saves you from drama or confusion of not even knowing where you stand in the first place. So yes, my kings, no missed signals. It's a green flag a lot of you kings ignore. Another green flag in women most men ignore is no test. Now, my kings, it is a norm now for you to get shitty tests from women, messy tests from women when you're trying to get into their lives or trying to get to know them. So if you're not getting this from a woman, it is a green flag. And believe me, people in general are going to test you when you're coming into their lives. That is natural. But outright trying to play mind games with you, that is crazy. And that is what a lot of women in our modern times do. So for you to get a woman who doesn't do that, it's amazing. This shows that she is very clear on what she wants. It shows maturity. Because she's not out here to play games or conduct all these city tests. She's all about clarity. She's all about letting you know what she wants in a man and seeing if you cut it for her. And if you don't, she moves. And this saves you both a lot. So yes, my kings, you see no test. It is definitely a green flag a lot of you kings ignore. Another green flag in women most men ignore is communicating clearly. Now, my kings, you don't know what the Lord has done for you if your woman communicates clearly. Like no mind games, no guessing games. She just clearly states how she feels. This is a blessing from above. So if you have a woman who communicates clearly, rejoice because you back yourself a keeper right there. In our modern times, a woman who can state what she wants without mind games, state how she feels without manipulation, oh, that is a blessing. And a lot of you kings ignore it. Even when you get yourself this type of woman, you don't even appreciate it. I am here to let you know that you should stop ignoring it. And it doesn't even matter if her communications are bad, because I think that's what happens when the woman is clearly stating that she doesn't like you. Now you feel like it's a problem. But you don't know it is actually something for you to appreciate, that she was clear enough to let you know she doesn't like you. Just be straight with you and not try to play mind games and manipulate you. It is something you should appreciate, regardless the fact it is not a favorable answer or the answer you would have wanted. But she has saved you and herself a lot. And that is definitely a green flag most of you kings ignore. Another green flag a lot of men ignore is kindness to people who can't repay her. Now, this is rare. If a woman can be kind to people who she knows might never be able to repay her, or she can be kind to people without expecting anything in return, that is a huge green flag. When a woman is genuinely kind to Uber drivers, to waiters, people she might never even get to meet again, this is a green flag. You've backed yourself a keeper right there. A lot of kings ignore these things, and that is why I thought to bring it to light. We are always talking about the red flags and the toxicities. Let's talk about the green flags that most kings actually ignore. So yes, my kings, if a woman is kind to people who might never ever get to repay her, that is a green flag like this. Another green flag in women a lot of kings ignore is respecting your time and purpose. Now, my kings, again, I will use this. You don't know what the Lord has done for you when you have a woman who respects your time and your purpose, who doesn't give you unnecessary drama or wants to be unnecessarily clingy when you need to focus. The moment you're working is a problem for her. She competes with your work. She competes with your focus. She competes with your purpose. She wants you to herself all the time. Now, a good woman knows that as much as she wants you to herself, you still have to work. You still have to go and chase your goals and be driven by your purpose. So as much as she wants to spend the whole day with you, she would learn to respect it when it is time for you to focus. She would learn to step back when it is time for you to work. Now that is a huge green flag, and a lot of kings ignore this. You don't know what it is if your woman actually understands that when it's work, and when it's your time with her, it is your time with her. Because a lot of women are going to drive you crazy, competing with your work, competing with your focus, competing with your purpose, competing with literally everything in your life. Every now and then she's nagging about how you don't have time for her when she actually knows why. There's a difference when you're outright ignoring your woman and when she knows, okay, it is because you need to focus on this and this at the moment. So my kings, you see, respecting your time and your purpose, it is definitely a green flag that you kings should stop ignoring. Another green flag in women a lot of men ignore is she owns her emotions. Now my kings, you see, emotional maturity, it is very rare with women and in our modern times. It is a known fact we are emotional, so our feelings dictate a lot of things in our lives. So if a woman can own her emotion, if she can be emotionally accountable, like even when it doesn't feel good, she still acknowledges that, yeah, I messed up here. I let my emotions get the best of me. That is rare. And that is something a lot of you kings ignore. You don't see it when a woman actually owns up to her emotions. She owns up to, like she's accountable to her emotional tantrums or mistakes or everything at all. Like she just owns her emotions. She can control her emotions, and when she doesn't, she acknowledges that she didn't do well in that aspect. Now that is a green flag, and a lot of you kings ignore it. And you go out there, you go for those women who are always stressing you out with their emotional roller coasters. Please, my kings, stop ignoring these green flags. Another green flag in women a lot of kings ignore is she has her own life. Now, my kings, a woman who has her own hobbies, her own friends, her own goals is definitely rare. Believe me, independent women usually come with low drama and they are mostly secure because they have their own lives. You see, an independent woman will find it easier to respect your time and your purpose because she also has her time and purpose. So she understands that as much as she needs you, there will be time when you need to focus on your purpose, and there will be times when she also needs to focus on her purpose. Because she is independent, because she is also goal-driven, she also has her own purpose. It makes it easier for her to understand and respect it when you also have to focus. Now, a lot of kings try to run away from independent women, thinking they are rigid and hard. But that is actually a good thing, especially if she knows how to still be feminine and understanding. That is a huge green flag. A woman who has her own life. It is mostly these women who don't have their own lives, who don't have anything doing, that has a lot of insecurities and will give you too much drama because they don't have any other life outside you. So they are always about you. You are the only life they have. So when you have to do other things, they don't understand it because they know that the only thing they have to do is you. So they feel like the only thing you also have to do is them. So when you have other things to do, it becomes a problem. They create drama about it, throw tantrums here and there. So yes, my kings, a woman who actually owns her own life is a green flag. Another green flag in women a lot of kings ignore is she brings you peace. Now, my kings, if a woman's presence brings you calmness instead of confusion, she brings you this peace. There is no drama, no unnecessary highs and lows, no constant. I'm not saying that there are not going to be highs and lows in a relationship with a woman who has these green flags on there or a woman who is a keeper, but they are not going to be too frequent. They are not going to be just too constant. Now that is a green flag, and a lot of you kings ignore it. A woman who gives you peace. A lot of you kings have friends, female friends who give you peace, but you will be out here chasing the toxic girlfriend that does not give you peace and ignoring the one who is giving you peace, who you should change from being a friend to a girlfriend or even a wife. But you ignore it because you feel like, that's my G, that's my guy. Now that's another story for another day. But for real kings, a woman who brings you peace is a huge green flag, and you should stop ignoring it. Another green flag in women a lot of kings ignore is she doesn't jump into conclusions. Now, my kings, you all will agree with me that jumping into conclusions, in fact, flying into conclusions, is a thing with women. Most women fly into conclusions. So if your woman doesn't do that, and she just clearly wants to hear from you, she just, no matter what it is, she still wants to hear from you. Even if she's angry, she still wants to hear from you. Even if you are making her mad, she still wants to hear from you. She's not going to conclude on anything without hearing your side. That is an amazing green flag. And you kings should stop ignoring it. Now, the last green flag in women on my list today, a lot of kings ignore, is she's interested in understanding you and not judging you. Now, my king, just like I mentioned in the previous point, this woman is more about hearing you out. And in this case, she doesn't just want to hear you out so that she can find reasons to judge you or convict you for what you've done. No, she cares more about trying to understand your own point of view, trying to see what really pushed you or got you to do what you did. Even though it doesn't sit well with her, even though it might have hurt her in one way or the other, but she's still more interested to know why. What could have been the problem? What caused this for you? She cares more about understanding why and seeing if there is a way she can help you, because understanding the why would help her know if she can help you. So my kings, this is a green flag a lot of you kings ignore. If a woman wants to hear you out, a lot of you kings feel like, she's about to judge me. But a woman who actually sits and listens to understand you, that's a green flag. And a lot of you kings ignore that. So that's it for this video, my kings. These are 10 green flags in women a lot of you kings ignore. Like I already mentioned, I know we're always talking about the toxicities and the red flags. I just thought we would talk about the green flags for a change. If your woman has all these flags, my kings, you are chilling. Do not joke with that woman. And if you find yourself a woman who is, has a lot of them, even if not all of them, you are blessed. So don't mistreat this good woman because of what some other bad ones have done. As much as you know the red flags so that you can fish out when these ones are around, still know this green flag so that you can feel blessed and acknowledge and appreciate the gift of the good woman you have in your life or the good woman you're getting to know. Please do let me know if you found this video interesting and informative as well. Do also subscribe if you haven't done that already. Turn on the notification bell, like this video, drop a comment down below, share this video with your family and friends, and see you in the next one.